Hello everyone and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. In his 10th book of Laws, Plato said, quote, "Every human society that tears out religion removes its foundation." According to the 4th century BC historian and philosopher Xenophon, quote, "The most pious cities and nations have ever been the wisest and most lasting." Plutarch, the 1st century Greek historian and philosopher who became a Roman citizen, said, quote, "It is easier to build a city in the air than to constitute a society without belief in the gods." And Numa, the legendary second king of Rome, that Rome might be eternal, named her the Holy City. Even those who would consider themselves no friend of religion admit a certain truth, that God is in everything, however surprising it may be to them. Proudhon, regarded as the father of anarchy, and whose writing influenced Karl Marx on the question of private property, once said, quote, "It is wonderful how we ever stumble on theology in all our political questions," end quote. Yes, it is wonderful. God is in everything, not in a pantheistic way, but in this following way. God is the ocean, which contains and embraces all things. All things before and after their creation are eternally in the divine understanding. Everything is in the divine understanding in the same way in which effects lie hidden in their causes and consequences in their preceding principles. In the Almighty are already existent the expanse of the sea, the beauty of the plains, the harmony of the planets, the magnificence of the stars. In the uncreated mind of God are the measure, the weight, and the number of all things. There are the inviolable and sublime laws of all beings, and each is under the empire of its own. As the Spaniard Donoso Cortés once wrote, quote, "Everything that lives finds there, in God, the laws of life. Everything that vegetates, the laws of vegetation. Everything that moves, the laws of motion. Everything that has feeling, the laws of sensations. Everything that has intelligence, the laws of understandings. Everything that has liberty, the laws of wills." This explains why, as faith lessens in the world, so does truth, and why, in Cortés' words, the society which turns its back on God beholds all its horizons suddenly obscured by terrifying darkness. But as truth diminishes in the world as a result of diminishing faith, human intelligence becomes even more extravagant and exaggerated, believing itself able to conquer all frontiers and solve all questions, to build the city of God with no reference at all to God. What we see in our own times is the modern-day construction of the Tower of Babel, completely shovel-ready. And God allows man, in his arrogance and severely dimmed intellect, to begin construction on his cities in the sky. And what we have here said of ages, both past and present, can be said of men individually as well. As men in their lives throw off faith, God's laws deny them truth, but they do not deny man intelligence. Even as when Lucifer fell like lightning from the sky, he retained what is natural to his essence, so too man, when he falls from his cities in the sky, retains his intelligence. The question becomes, what quality of intelligence? The intelligence of the atheist or the proud may be sublime, while the believer's may be none too great, but the intelligence of the unbeliever or of the insufficiently believing is only great like an abyss, while the intelligence of the believer is holy like a tabernacle. In the abyss is error, in the tabernacle is found truth. Error brings forth death for both nations and individual men, while truth is the mother of life. For this reason, societies which abandon truth for genius have already, knowingly or not, abandoned all hope. On the heels of abandoning truth comes revolutions. On the heels of revolutions come the executioners. When men abandon God, death follows. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.